everyone, I'm Michaela Kathleen, and in this video I'm doing my July reading wrap-up. I read 4 books in July, starting with Autobiography by Christina Lauren. And I still remember picking this one up in Barnes & Noble a few years ago, and this was truly a cover buy. I was about halfway to the register when I was like, oh, maybe I should read the back cover, because this cover is just so beautiful. That was all it took. The giant book and the beautiful sky. I was hooked. And I liked this one fine. It was nothing special. It wasn't bad. It was my first Christina Lauren book. And this one is about a bisexual boy who moves with his family to a very religious town and has to go back into the closet, but then falls in love with a boy who is very much a part of the religious culture there. And this was like maybe the most insta-love story I've ever read. Literally, our main character sees this boy and is just instantly, truly in love based on nothing. There's also like a subplot where the main character is taking a class in high school in which you have to write a book in 4 months. But yeah, like I said, nothing here really stood out for me, but also it wasn't bad. I was kind of annoyed by the parents because they just seem like very irresponsible parents. The mom is originally from this town, and her sister is also gay, and it was this big blow up in her life. And so the mom is both simultaneously very concerned about her son living here, but also was willing to make the move anyways for her job. And the whole book they're just talking about how he just needs to get to a college out of state. And I don't know, it just seems strange to me to move your child to a state where you are fearing them living there and counting down the days until they can get out. I just don't think any job could possibly be worth it. So that did kind of bug me. So yeah, other than that, I mean, cute romance, enjoyable enough, but definitely nothing special. After that, I randomly decided to read My Lady Jane because the TV show was coming out. And I had been wanting to read this one for years, and so with the TV show coming out, I finally decided to read it. And I actually have not finished the show yet. I have not been able to watch it as quickly as I hoped, but unfortunately this one was not as great as I hoped it would be based on the concept. This book series was co-written by 3 women, and they just cover different historical female figures in each book. There are 6 of them. There are 3 Janies and 3 Marys. So this one is Lady Jane Grey. She was Queen of England for 9 days before her head was removed from her body. But in this book, they mix up the story. They make it a little bit happier the way they want it to go, and also threw in some fantasy elements as well. And I did enjoy it well enough. It was just never like super engaging, and I didn't always love the narration style. The narrators kind of break the 4th wall a few times throughout the book, and I don't know, for me most of the time it just came off kind of cheesy. But again, was not bad by any means, just not super exciting. I was debating whether or not I was going to continue with the books, and I think I am, even though I didn't love the book, because it's not a continuing storyline. I'm interested in seeing the other historical figures. Like Jane Grey, I knew almost nothing about going into it. So I would be interested to read one of the ones where I actually do know the historical figure that the book is about. Like Calamity Jane, I think is one of the more exciting ones for me. And then also My Contrary Mary, which is Mary, Queen of Scots, is the other more exciting one. And I might actually just skip straight to My Contrary Mary because Mary, Queen of Scots makes an appearance in this book. These really don't need to be done in order. Some of them are not connected in any way. For example, obviously the Calamity Jane one is not going to connect to Lady Jane or Contrary Mary at all. So yes, not the most engaging, but interested in seeing a historical figure that I know a little bit better. And then finally in July, I double featured Black Panther, The Young Prince, and Okoye to the People, which I do not typically love movie or TV tie-in books, and that held true for these two books. I think another contributing factor to that was that these are both middle grade books, so they were not for me. This first one just felt like there was nothing to it, and yeah, it just really did not hold my interest the whole way through. I might have DNF'd it, but I wanted to also read the next book. Not that they're connected, but I feel like if I had DNF'd this one, I would have been less encouraged to continue with the other one. And they're so short anyways that I just powered through, but did not enjoy. And then of course, next was Okoye to the People, and I did DNF this one. I gave it about 100 pages. It was also just not my cup of tea, so I gave up on it. And I'll be putting both of these in a free little library where hopefully a middle grader will find them and enjoy them more than I did. So that was it for all of the books that I read in July, unhauling 2 of them, somewhat reluctantly continuing on with this series, and did not love but also did not hate my first experience with Christina Lauren, which is also a writing duo. So lots of books by multiple authors this month. Let me know down below what you read in July. I hope you enjoyed watching. Remember, words matter.